Hey everyone, it's Deb. I'm back with episode 2 of my A Card a Day for Earth Day week, if you will. Earth Day is coming up on the 22nd of April. So for 7 days, I'm going to make cards related to nature, trees primarily, because I always think of planting trees when it's Earth Day, but other things as well, plants and such. So this today I used Rooted in Nature primarily, which is a retired bundle. It was a two-part bundle, and I used this and this tree. I think of this as the Tree of Life, and Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You, and New Horizons paper, but a different one, and just the two little birds, which I'm still not sure about, out of this Beauty of Friendship bundle. These are called Beautiful Trees dies. Yeah, so I used them the other day, but I'm just using them for the birds. So here's what I've come up with so far. This is the New Horizons paper. I have some Evening Evergreen, which is a retiring color, by the way. This might already be retired. I don't know. Chevron weave ribbon, 3/8 inch. I hardly ever use it, and I thought it went well with this because the colors in here are soft succulent, evening evergreen, and I brought in some pecan pie and crumb cake. I don't think they're in there. And then the colors up in the sky, the pink is polished pink, which is retiring, same time as the evening evergreen and soft succulent into this month, and pale papaya. And I don't remember what this color is. Probably Daffodil Delight. Let me see if it's on here. Ba, 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 ba. Huh, they don't, oh, Bumblebee. That's already retired. That's a nice color too, actually. So I actually die cut the birds out of a scrap that was in the paper pack already of this paper or something similar out of the kind of like the border of the pale papaya and the polished pink. We'll just set them aside. Um, and for this, I did this on crumb cake, stamped it, and I actually brought in the Deckled Circles dies, this one, and I die cut it as close to, this actually might have been a little wider. And then wherever the crumb cake was showing, I either went around and fussy cut, and I like fussy cut the ridge in because there's no die for this. And then I went around the edges with my little brush with pecan pie. This is stamped in pecan pie, pecan, however you say it, on crumb cake. And then this, I actually took the second to the smallest deckled circle dies. Good investment if you don't have anything like that. These are a great investment. I guess they're on the website only. I don't, if they're still available, I'm not sure. You'd have to check. These were in the 2023 September to December mini catalog. So if they carried over, check the website. I just don't know. I don't keep up with that anymore. I stamped in pecan pie on crumb cake again. Be strong, be happy, be you. And you can cut them totally apart, but I decided just to put them. Now see, I stamped this on here, but I think that's too dark. So I flipped it over. I didn't like that. I just went around the edges with pecan pie, and we're going to do that. In fact, I'll just start gluing some things down. We'll just assemble. So I didn't do any mixed media background or anything on these cards. I'm trying to keep them fairly simple, but to give you some ideas, you know. And, initially I just had this here and I thought, there's something missing. So I decided to bring this in to back it on. But the first thing we're going to do, this is a Lost Lagoon, by the way. And this evening evergreen, we're going to wrap it around. I don't know, I have this scrapbook.com. This is, I wrote on here sticky side because they're both the same and I kept getting confused on what side was sticky and what side wasn't. I have way too much ribbon cut here, which I'll trim off. But I have so much ribbon, it's not really going to matter. I got it a little bit crooked. I don't want it too far down, but I want some of this like horizon to show. So that's why I put it there. And let me bring my snippy snips in, which I only use for ribbon and such. If you are a fanatic, you could save those and use them as decoration on something, but I am not going to. And I'm usually a fanatic. Okay, so let's glue this down. I apologize for the shiny mat, but that other mat was driving me a little nuts. It was sliding on this Tim Holtz glass mat, and I have a pink, I guess this glue's almost over already. This is the Tombow Mono multi-purpose white glue that dries clear, and I like it for card making because it doesn't tend to leave, most of the time it doesn't tend to leave wrinkles and things on the paper. Occasionally it does. Alright, let's get this on first. Now should I slip that under there? Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. I kind of like that. Or should I tuck it under there, because then the trunk is too short as it is. I think I'm going to move it over just slightly. And I want that little thing to show if it, well, it's going to get buried there too. There, like that. I think right about there. So I'm going to actually use our glitter glue. Well, you know what? No, I won't. I should use the other one because it has a little more wiggle time. I had to put that down a little more, right? Yeah. And then I guess I'll bump this up on dimensionals because it's going to be, like, I'll put a glue dot on this and then I'll bump these up. So let's get those. I hope you're having a great Saturday. Today is Saturday, April, what? April 20th. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. One more right about here. And then let me get my glue dots. Let's see. And I'm just going to put one down here on this trunk to stick it on the ribbon. Hey, I kind of match Lost Lagoon, right? You ever see Avatar, the movie? This tree sort of reminds me of that. Oh. Ah, boy. It is morning, and I'm usually a morning person, but I guess I'm not totally alert yet. So the die cut this out, but I did two things. I stamped it in Lost Lagoon, but then, no, over a little bit, Deb, I think, or up a little bit, there. But then I didn't like all the white space, so I took dark crumb cake and I just did the trunk a little more and some of the branches. I don't know if you can even tell because they're stamped in Lost Lagoon. I'm going to take a little glue and glue that down too. And then I still didn't like all this where it's light green, or a lot of it that doesn't look like leaves. It was white. And so I went over it with a blending brush with actually Evening Evergreen, but it came out pretty light. Let me just take a little bit of glue here and tack this trunk down if I can, because it's sticking up there, and the grassy part of the trunk. I didn't like how that's sticking up. I'm afraid it'll get caught. Now, the sky is really bare, and I was originally going to put a sentiment up there, but I decided I'm going to bump this up too, down here in the corner. I don't think I'd ever use the Be Strong, Be Happy, because I had to take the backing off the stamp. These are older. They're still, when Stampin' Up! Was having Sizzix do the dies. So had to be like, when I started was like 2018, and it was probably around that time frame. Let me show you what I mean. So it's black, so it's not super old, but it had to be from 2018 or 19 because they were still using Sizzix. See, it says Big Shot framelits dies. Yeah, I can't remember what year it was they stopped dealing with Sizzix. Maybe 2019 or 2020, I'm not sure. Then, let's see, we have these birds, and I just thought I'd put one here. It brings in those colors. Maybe it's kind of weird, I don't know. What do you think? And that glue's not holding there. Right in between those branches there. And then this one, I was going to put here. So I need a mini dimensional for that, which I have here. Hang on. And sort of over towards its tail. And put a little glue on its head. I could put it in the tree, but I just don't want it there. I want it right there. Kind of doesn't look right, does it? Wonder why that's... Because it's up on the thing, funny. There. Okay, there we go. And now, so for the sky, for decoration, I think we're just going to use these again. And I think they're not in the new catalog, but maybe they're in the online only. If they're still available, I'm not sure. But you can check, and maybe we'll use a few of them. We're going to have one swooping down. And this one flying up here. I might have to take Fabri-Tac on a toothpick or something and glue that down better. Where can we have another one? Maybe we'll have a second one flying upward. Following, they're chasing each other. There. Okay. Does that look weird? You can't see it because of the glare, huh? Now we have to do the inside still, and I hadn't really thought of what to do for that. So I have a piece of white here, and let me get the stamp set. We could just like stamp this over along the edge, or 2 iterations of it, or we could stamp off and stamp another tree, or we could stamp off and stamp that. I'm not feeling that right now. I'm either thinking this tree, maybe 2 of them along the edge. I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll get that out. And put that over here out of the way. Move this out of the way. And let me get a scrap. So do you have any plans for the weekend? My plans are crafting and walking. Today is another overcast day and it's a little chilly. It's like it was 46 when I got up. I need a little bit bigger, longer. Will that work? Yeah. Well, let me see. Let's try Lost Lagoon. And see what it stamps like. You know what? Maybe I'm going to do kind of a full strength here and some like that. And that's enough. What do you think? I think it's okay. It's the inside of a card. I kind of would have maybe liked that. Let me flip it over and try it a different way and see which one I like better. Indecision today. Indecision. Ugh. All right. Let's stamp this over here off the edge. And then I think I like that better than that. Yeah, I do. So we're going to go with that one. And we'll just glue that down. And then that'll be our day 2 card. Just sit down here, close up my ink. Bring the card back in. And glue it in. And I'm going to use the Tombow just because I don't want to have to try and use, well, I don't want to have to try and get a little bit of glue out from art glitter glue. Plus, I can't put anything on straight, as you know, so it gives me a little more time with this glue to try and get it straighter. Did I do it? Not quite. Almost. A little bit down. Oops. Too much. See? That's better. Okay. So there's our finished card for day 2. Using the New Horizons retired paper, the Rooted in Nature retired stamp set, and these birds out of our Beautiful Friendship bundle, also retired, and these birds with, and the ribbon, Evening Evergreen, and Lost Lagoon, Evening Evergreen, and Polished Pink and Pale Papaya are retiring colors. The other color that normally would have been retiring, I think, was Fresh Freesia, but they moved it into one of their main color families in the subtles, and that I think is this color. I'm not sure. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.